All right. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. 15 minutes late today. Typically, I'm here Wednesdays at 10 a.m., but the workout schedule got switched, and so, you know, but I'm here. Hopefully, somebody pops on so we can chat. Um, let's see. Good morning, Lola. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Um, Whew. I feel like since we went on our big vacation, I haven't got back in the swing of things in the casita. So, um, hello, Gail. I'm so happy you're here. I haven't, I've spent time in here, but I haven't, my routine is all messed up. So, got to get back in the swing of things, that's for sure. But yeah, so who's ready for some paper crafting fun today? Always. Is there ever a day that you're not ready for it? Even if I'm like not super feeling creative, even if I come in here and I just start cutting paper, that just makes me happy. So, yeah, good things happening here in the casita. I am cleaning a little bit. That's good to know. Not that you could notice it now, but yeah, I've got a big pile that's going away. And by big pile, I mean a pile. But all right. So, anybody else cleaning their craft stash? I feel like here in Yuma, we don't really have spring cleaning because it's springtime. I want to be outside. Um, but in summertime, I want to be inside, right, with the AC on, and so I can clean. And also, my schedule's a little bit lighter, but I think I work better when my schedule's like scheduled. I think I was telling Brian that the other day. But let's see. Lola says, when the project is done, it's a great feeling. It is a good feeling when you get your stuff done. Okay, so today's card, the sample is from a card that we made in class, and I want to make, and I'm going to be using most of the same stuff, but I want to make it more masculine. So I was talking to my trainer at the gym today, and he asked me what I do or what I was doing today, and so I talked about, oh, well, I have a team meeting, and he knows that I'm crafty, but I don't think he really gets it. And so I said, well, when's your birthday? And he said that it just passed. And so I was like, okay, I'll bring you a card. And he kind of laughed, like, okay. But so this is why I need a masculine card. I'm sure I have one somewhere, but let's make a new one, right? Okay. So let's make, what am I trying to do? Let's make the table bigger so that we can see what we're doing. There we go. Okay. So this is the card that we made in class. Oh, I'm going to need the embossing machine. And this paper right here is from a standalone paper pack, which Step It Up doesn't do too often, but I am really loving it. And of course, it's got all different colors. I can tell you the colors in it. Hello, Susan. I'm so happy you're here. So, Bubble Bath, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight. And so we've got just some very pretty usable papers. My favorite is this notebook paper. Okay, who doesn't love a good piece of 12 by 12 notebook paper? What am I going to use it for? I have no idea, but I love it. And so it's, oh, and there's some flowers in there. I guess if I would have turned that over, I'd show you. But there's some flowers in there. So anyway, just some good, I'm going to say generic, but is Stampin' Up! Paper generic? No. So we're going to start with, I was going to say Darling Duckling. Like, this is how we made it in class with the Darling Duckling and Misty Moonlight. And then this is Soft Sea Foam. And so I think I'm going to use everything here, but I'm going to switch the card base to a gray. And so I pulled out yeah, Smoky Slate, and I'm drawing a total blank, and Gray Granite. And which is which? I don't really know. I have to, so this is Gray Granite. Okay, this one right here is Gray Granite. This one is Smoky Slate. So we just have to decide what color we want to go with here. Can you guys see the difference? Smoky Slate, Gray Granite. Maybe we'll wait till the end after it's all put together and decide. If you guys have a preference, let me know. Two colors, the grays I use very sporadically. So I thought let's use up some cardstock. If I use it up, I may cut a piece of paper in half and use half of it. Who's with me? Use up some cardstock? Okay, we'll try. But we are going to use an embossing folder for this guy. And it's the Forever Plaid. We're using Misty Moonlight two-tone. This card is heavy on the two-tone papers because we're going to be doing some tearing. We're doing some embossing. And so getting that two-tone paper, using the two-tone paper, oh, geez. Hold that thought. Using the two-tone paper is going to give you that white core, right? And I had to go back and get my embossing plate, right? This is what you're going to use for our 3D embossing folders, but it's in a basket because tomorrow I'm doing a class for a group of 5th and 6th graders. And they're at summer camp, and so I said I would do it. And so all my little baskets are already organized. I made all the samples yesterday out of the baskets, so let's cross our fingers I don't forget anything. But it just means I have to pull from the basket and put the basket back in. Or put it back in the basket, right? Okay, let's see. Lola says, I like the Gray Granite. I use that one the most when I want gray. Gray Granite, which is not Smoky Slate. So this guy. So Lola says this one. I do like that. I like the gray and the Misty Moonlight. Yeah, dark. I would definitely use the dark Misty Moonlight side. All right, we're putting that up here because that's got one vote so far. So let's see. Okay, now I have a bunch of paper, and this is all measured out. This is 3 by 4, and this guy is going to be like kind of like what I'm adding stuff to. This guy right here is what I'm going to stamp on. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, and I'm probably going to put it this way, right? Because the two-tone, you have the two different variations of your color. I tear it towards myself to get that edge, okay? So we're getting that white edge. And then I have a piece of soft sea foam that is 3 by 2.5. I'm doing this guy in half because we're going to use both pieces. Okay, oops. I forgot to turn off my notification thingy. Let's see if I can do it. It's like I've never done this thing before. Well, okay, so we're going to use some glue. And by glue, I mean seal. Okay, let me know if this is reminding you of some old days of how I never used to have adhesive right at my desk or where I film. And then I got better, and now it's going backwards. Okay, so we're gonna add the first layer of soft seafoam, and we're just kind of like stretching this focal point out, right? I also didn't want the Misty Moonlight to be on top of each other. So we're just going to use that soft seafoam and stretch it out. Let's see. Lola said, call it exercise. Thank you, Lola. That's a good idea. Okay. And then I want this guy to be like that. We're going to add this guy here. So basically all the papers that I'm using today are 3 inches wide, right? For this focal point. And then we're just layering them up like so. Okay, we are going to do some stamping, but we're going to, I want to tear this guy. So basically it's like a big giant tag, right? And then I'm going to stamp as close to the bottom as I can, because then I'm going to add these guys like this. And so to make this a guy card, I basically just took the flowers and used a different piece of Designer Series paper. That's all I did. I'm not going to use, but let's stamp. So I have this stamp set, Reason to Celebrate. Right this second, I don't know if you can order it, but it's cool, right? Because it has all the different holidays. And so I want to do happy birthday. And I want it in like not a cursive font. The word I was looking for, not a cursive font. Okay. And then I typically, when I'm doing something like this, is I place the stamps like where I want them. And then I pick them up with a block. So let's see. Let's play with this a little bit, because I'm not sure if I want that happy on the side or on top. Right? I probably want it like this. And yeah. Okay, now this thing you could build out further if you want, or you could cover up some of the paper. That's all up, however you want to do it. But we're just stretching this focal point, stretching it, stretching it, stretching it. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm not going to stamp on my, what do you call that? Emboss sheet, that's for sure. But I am going to pick this up using a block. I'm going to pull out Misty Moonlight, and then we're going to ink up our stamps and stamp like so. Then we'll just add this guy, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to do like a ribbon around it or just leave it. We'll see what happens. Like this. So funny. Okay. And you could do, right? Which one? I didn't even do that, because I don't know if I like all the stripes. I like some stripes, but not all the stripes, right? I think we're going to go like this. I feel like it is so hot right now, you guys. It's very humid here today, and I am not enjoying it one bit. All right, so this guy, we have 4 1/4 by 11 we're going to just fold it in half because it's not scored. And then I'm just going to put it on top and see what designer series paper I like. So there we go. Put it on top like so. I think I like that. Okay. So let's put this guy on. See, I thought I was going to do stripe, but the stripes go different ways. But I'm like, no, I don't think so. So let's go like this. And then like this. And then, oh, I want to use this side. If you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a little blue popping out there on the side. Either my cuts weren't exactly right or I didn't put it on here exactly right. I'm going to put it on there and like you can't even tell. But if you can tell, all you have to do is take your little sharp scissors and cut it off. Easy peasy. Just make sure your scissors are really sharp, right? Okay. So now we're going to add this to the front of our card. Like so. And if I do that, I'm definitely not going to add any twine or anything to it. All right. Get a nice good seal on there. Keep going. All right. So do you guys do like just the quarters? Do you do a whole box around? We had this discussion the other day. I think I do a little bit of everything. Sometimes I do all four sides of a piece of paper. Sometimes I do just the quarter. It kind of depends. Okay, so there's that. And then, let's see. Is there anything in here? I looked right before I jumped on the video. I looked to see if I had like a belated birthday. And I know I do. I just couldn't find it. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave this guy blank for now. But I will probably add something on the inside, right? Of course. We will add like this. There we go. Flip it over, chop it off. Right, sticky. All the sticky needs to come off. And then once I find that stamp, the belated birthday stamp, I'm going to stick it right on there. And then let's see. Lola said that she uses the Tombow glue and the squiggle in the center and then a thin line all around the edges. Yeah, Tombow glue. We have this discussion. I'm like a kindergartner with it. I'm very messy with the Tombow glue. But I do enjoy the leeway that it gives you, right? You don't have to be, you can move it around. It's not like instant contact. So that's good. But that's our card for today. Hopefully you guys like it. And we'll have to see what my trader says. If he's like, oh, that's totally what I pictured you doing. Or if he's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea people did that. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, a short and sweet video today. I'm thinking next week I'm going to get back in the swing of things. Next week or this week. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will be back next week at 10 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. And hopefully you have a little time for some paper crafting fun today. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.